I'd rather watch actual candles melt than Whitney Cummings stand up. Yeah, I mean, people, there's a huge demand for real comedy. And yeah, asteroids are just roast potatoes that didn't make the reentry. That's funny. Brian Allen performs the fake audience game on some shows. I don't know who Brian Allen is. My favorite prayer to God is thank you. Everywhere I look, I give thanks. If you travel for work, does that traumatize your children? No. What does that mean? If I travel for work, that traumatizes my children? No. Traumatizing is pretty obvious when you see it. It's when a kid watches porn or extreme violence or they're around violence, but like the amount of media violence that they see in media sex, that's the real traumatization. And the people, the ruling elite, they were traumatized as kids and they want everyone else to hurt because of it. So we're constantly put in a situation like school is full of trauma. The lessons, the lies, the punishment for telling the truth, all that stuff. Like that is the trauma. Traveling for work isn't trauma. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves. It's really not that hard to keep your kids from just psychotic trauma. That's why this end of the world shit doesn't affect me, because my whole childhood was end of the world. I used to think at any given time it was the last week I would be alive, because everyone at school said the Russians were going to destroy everybody with nuclear bombs. People forget, man. They forget the lessons of the past. The Cuban Missile Crisis was fucking terrifying for people. And the entire Cold War, at all times, we believed that someone could press a button and everyone would die. My whole childhood, I thought, and it freed me a little bit. It got to the point where I accepted that at any moment, the entire world would explode in a mushroom cloud, and I just kind of went on. And now I see the same shit being said to, like, turn on Alex Jones. It's the new thing every day. Or turn on mainstream media. Mainstream media, it's global warming and all this shit. Alex Jones, it's the UN and the coming for your guns, black helicopters, blah, blah. It's like, none of this is new. I don't know. I just moved out to a 2-acre and we decided to have another baby. That's where it's at, guys. That's where it's at. Having babies. It's strong families. Horrible way to live. I'm homeschooling. I'm homeschooling too. You can get by with school if you're like real present in your kids' lives. If you're in a small town where you know the teachers and they're like kind of accountable, but a lot of schools are real bad. Trauma comes from exposure to evil or threat of evil. Yes, exactly. Nukes are weapons of mass destruction, but they're not real though. Nukes aren't real. The climate change hoax is the Cold War scare of this generation. Nothing new. Yeah, and it doesn't work like it used to because there isn't as much trust in authorities. And that doesn't mean to overthrow the authorities. It doesn't mean to fight against them. They're just LARPing, just sad people. Yeah, we Cold War babies were conditioned 24/7. We're all going to die any minute. Every day. Yeah, hurt people, exactly. And I'm not saying don't own guns or don't prepare or don't be a strong man or don't have discipline in your life and, have rules in your home. And I don't mean like love, everything love. Because everything I just described is also love. But hurting the vulnerable is for just because you're in pain is the mode, is what the quote unquote elites do.